Those clouds are kind of creepy looking.
It's really dark outside.
Look at that.
It was really dark in Somerville earlier.
Doesn't exact. And there we go.
It looks darker back there too.
I just made it look more like what my eyes actually see. It was a little bit too bright. This is how it looks in real life.
It's dark.
That's weird. You notice how the look at them? They're like. My camera's having a very hard time focusing. There we go. What I was gonna say is those clouds look like waves or something. It's really weird. Someone posted this picture on Facebook earlier. I guess we weren't the only ones looking at the crazy clouds.
I got a picture.
Emily wanted to show her picture. She got two. Those are some crazy clouds.
It's so pretty.
It's weird looking.
I wish we got bad storms down here. All we got was lightning and thunder. That was it.
Good evening. I'm in red. Actually, it's not even really considered evening anymore. It's gotten kind of late. We had dinner and we watched, and we're still working on catching up on all the Marvel movies. So that's kind of what we did tonight. So it's gotten a little bit late, but I'm wearing red and that doesn't happen very often. But this is a shirt that I don't care about, and I only wear clothes that I don't care about when I'm painting. That's why my pants look like this. Yeah. So tonight I'm going to dry brush the tombstone. Should be quick and easy. Although I haven't dry brushed in quite some time. I almost forgot how. I opted not to dry brush the columns because I kind of like the way that they look being solid gray. I think the last thing that I dry brushed was the tombstone that I sent Rhett and Link 2 years ago. It's already been 2 years. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna try that tonight. Hopefully it turns out okay. Speaking of the columns, I mentioned the other day that it's splitting, and I think it's getting worse and worse every time I look at it. It's like spreading up higher, which is really frustrating. Jen from Jen's Haunts and Mill Pond Fright Night, both of them, they gave me suggestions on what I could do about this. And the suggestion was pretty much to fill it or just paint over it. And I was thinking about painting over it. The thing that I'm worried about is the paint may not hold, and so the paint might just keep splitting, and it's just, you know, it's just gonna be a never-ending problem. What I might do is try and get some, like, one of those really small things of super glue that maybe I can just squeeze a little bit in the gap, and hopefully that'll hold. And then I can paint to at least cover the color difference there. I've been thinking about it, and I think I know what's causing this. When I built this column, I had plenty of, where is it? I had plenty of the this liquid nail stuff, and I like used it all over to make sure the foam board stuck. Then when I was doing this one, I was starting to run out of this, and so I started using it a little bit more sparingly. And I think what happened is this section here just didn't get good enough coverage, so that's why it's just not staying down like this one is. So it's probably my own fault. Hopefully I can figure out a way to fix it so it'll last more than 1 year. But anyway, that's a lot of talking. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try dry brushing this, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so I mixed up some lighter gray, got the paintbrush covered just a little bit, and why don't we start with the back, so that just in case I like totally ruin this thing, it won't be such a big deal. Here goes nothing. This might be a little bit heavy, isn't it? Alright, I think that looks pretty decent. I went a little bit too heavy in a couple spots there. And I definitely went too heavy when I first started there on the back. Whoops. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. It's crazy how such a simple step like is a whole world of difference, right? And the cool thing about dry brushing is it's such a light coat of paint. It's pretty much already dry. I can touch this thing and nothing's coming off. Not really, anyway. So, I could probably go ahead and paint the letters. Nice. Well, maybe not. My paintbrush is a little bit too big for the size letters that I carved. As you can see, it's not turning out very neat. So, I guess I need to pick up a slightly smaller paintbrush in order to fit into those letters. It's always something keeping me from finishing. The good news is, while I was painting, I saw what was living behind the bookshelf. For a very brief second, it like ran past, and I'm pretty sure it was a mouse of some sort. All I really got to see was it was grayish and had a tail, and it was small. So it must be a mouse. Or a really big lizard or something, but probably a mouse. But hey, at least I got the majority of it done.